Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to this reviewing, comparing of my two fursuits here. So I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's like, kind of compare my two fursuits and tell you what's better about the new one or what's worse about the new one. So first of all, I guess the most simplest thing is just go through the heads. For one thing you would notice is the colour of the different colours. I got the new suit on this side, the old suit on this side, and obviously you can tell they're two different colours. In my weft sheet, it is a lot more kind of orange-y. And I don't know, I just wanted something a little bit different. This is like a rusty orange, I believe is what it's called, at least the fur type. So I don't know, I just wanted something a little bit different, basically. So I decided to go with a lot more orange. Very obvious orange, stand out in the crowd kind of orange. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind this colour, I don't. It looks cool, most of the time. But I don't mind that they went with this kind of orange. I think it looked fine. It looks fine, I'm perfectly happy with it. I just decided just to go with something a little bit different. That's all. That's all it comes down to. And my weft sheet, I usually go with the brightest orange. So yeah, this kind of works just that little bit more. But I don't mind this colour as well. So anyway, this is my old one. Hey Blazie. So the big difference, obviously, is the hair. The hair is very, very different here. This is just normal fur, while this is a wig that was put on there. Now, I absolutely love the wig. I just love this hair, admittedly, but the problem is it starts to go really, really bad. I'm not sure how well you can tell there, but it just starts to go really bad and kind of sticks together, it frizzes, no matter how much I'll comb it or whatever. Yeah, this happens a lot. It gets tangled up and all this kind of stuff. I don't know how to really take care of wigs. I'm not really quite sure if there's really anything I can do. I'm not sure. So that is a big problem, is I have to really take care of it. The other big problem is this mess back here, which I used to brush and comb all the time, make sure it's all nice and good, but there's only so much I can do in the end. There's only so much I can do, so, and I had to just tie it, put it into a ponytail, to keep it at least better, because if it's out, it just doesn't look as nice. So that is not great. It's a shame, really. It's a shame, because I love the long hair. I love the long hair look. It's what my persona has in the end, and the pictures and such is long ass hair. But I couldn't really do that with this suit. Ponytail, you can see it's long, but I still couldn't really do that the way I wanted to. Not to mention, it looks kind of weird when it's like that. I admit, I'm sorry, Blazie. So I decided, okay, let's not do the wig. Let's just have normal fur, because I've seen that done before. I don't think the maker has ever done long hair before, so it does kind of come off, the back hair does kind of come off very dreadlocky, but at the same time it looks really cool. I have to admit, I actually really, really love the long hair. I think it turned out really, really cool, and I don't have to worry about it so much. It will get all frizzy and bad underneath here, so I will, just basically just give it a comb or fursuit, use a fursuit brush on it, and it'll be fine. That's all I gotta do. I don't have to worry about it as much, this one, losing strands of hair and such, and that's not fun when that starts to happen, because it's really worrying. Yeah, so very happy with this hair, and it's not so bad to see through as I thought it would be. And then it doesn't look as bad when it's like that, I don't think, just because I guess that's just compliments to the fursuit makers, their type of style. That's all still the same. Mouth movement is definitely different. Okay, no, well, let's talk about that afterwards. I guess first thing would be putting it on. This one is very simple to put on. Just, flip it over. open it up.
And boop. And it's on. That's all it took. And all it took to put on, and I think it looks great. And yeah.
And then easily slip off. Boop. That's how fursuit should work. Now, originally this one was kind of like that. Yeah, it did have a weird way to put it on. It had like these little straps that you have to like pull or something, I think it was. And that lasted like a day, and it whipped. So I had to give it back to the makers to fix it up and try something new. The only way they could think of, really, it's whatever, is to basically cut the back of the head, and then now it's attached by magnets, kind of thing, and it's, yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's kind of genius. It's like just cut it, put magnets, and then that hides it, so it's just like, yeah, whatever. So in the end, it doesn't matter, but yeah, I have to pull this apart, get the magnets, you know, and then I can't just slip it on. I have to like, let's see if we can show you. I have to like actually like really like kind of stretch this out, like yeah, stretch that out, go, and then like put this to my head and kind of just tilt it up. Used to be worse when I had long hair. Oh, used to be a lot worse. But tilt that up, and then oh gosh, this is a tighter squeeze than I thought. See, okay, yeah, it's a tighter squeeze now. Like, yeah, it's tighter squeeze than that one. That one's so much more comfortable. In terms of putting it on, this one, okay, so then alright, shut up. I have to flip the hair up and put the magnets together. And then flip the hair down, and then it's fine. Or at least, like, I'll put, like, these little flaps into my shirts or fursuit or whatever. But yeah, okay, so now that's on. But, okay, there's one big major difference, which you guys can probably already tell, is the mouth movement is so much better in this suit. So, in terms of mouth movement, this one wins. And it probably even sounds a little better. I don't know, I got the new microphone put on, so you probably can't even tell or whatever. But I can tell in my fursuit head that my voice comes out so much more better. And then in terms of the way it feels fine. But admittedly, like, it does kind of like jab into my throat a little bit. It usually did that. I would just ignore it as best as I could. But it does kind of jab into my throat a bit. But he looks really happy on the inside, and that kind of makes me feel happy. Like, I don't know, like, if you ever wore a fursuit head, like, you can generally see, like, the inside of it, and, like, my nose doesn't touch anything. There's a lot of room in here, and that is great. He still feels pretty nice. You know, it does feel nice. Hopefully there's no spiders in here. Yeah, it still feels nice. But the other suit is definitely better, because then, yeah, I have to pull that apart, and then kind of just gently kind of take it off. Oof. Definitely a lot more trouble than what this one is. It just, yep. Now, yeah, I could definitely tell my voice is definitely a lot more muffled, and my nose isn't exactly like touching, but it's being like squished up along here. Not squished, but like pressed against. Like it's very comfortable. This is like very fitted to my face and my head and everything. But yeah, the jaw does not move as good when I'm talking. Like, I definitely have to exaggerate it if I really want it to move. But whatever. Like, it sucks a little bit because I talk a lot in fursuit, and for my videos I feel like the talking muzzle does help, but what can you do? So that is a point to this fursuit, that's for sure. Though storing this one is definitely a lot more easier as well, because it's got a lot shorter muzzle, shorter ears, and his ears are very much bendable. These ones are, but I always worry about these ones. They feel like I don't know. There's something about those ones I worry about. Well, this one I feel like I could definitely just squeeze and all that. So, overall, there's still some good stuff about this fursuit head. But overall, this one wins. I will say. Alright. Guess next I'll do fursuit paws. Or, feet. So these are my old ones. The major thing, I got like two. These are like the new ones, but then I got two different kinds. I got the outdoor ones, and then I got the indoor ones that actually have like the actual paws under them. And I really wanted a pair like this. And these are just pure outdoor ones. Outdoor ones. That's all these ones are. They're definitely made different. This one has more of like a plasticky, which does feel heavy though. Like these ones feel really, really light. They feel like just like Ugg boots or something like that. If people know what Ugg boots are, they're like an Australian thing, aren't they? Or at least Uggies. Anyway, they're comfortable boots. Let's just say that. But yeah, these ones do feel very FUD heavy, which I did have a problem with for a while, but we got it fixed and whatever. I won't go for it. No, I will go for it because that's what happened. I did have a major problem with both of these paws, where like this part of it would kind of sink in as you walk, and it would keep getting sinked in, and then your foot would like start to like slide up, and it will eventually just to a point the whole slipper the whole paw would just slip off. So that wasn't good. And it especially happened to these ones because they're very FUD heavy, so it will just keep wanting to go back, you know, like it will just keep wanting to, you know, do that and slip off. Sorry, I'm not good at explaining. So I had to return my paws, both pairs. It also happened to these ones, not as badly, but it still was. Had to return them back to the fursuit makers. But now they work a lot better now. They're a hell of a lot better. I'm not quite sure what happened. I might have just gave them the wrong foot size maybe. Or at least I needed to be a little bit more accurate with it. I'm not sure. Either way, it's all done and fixed, and they're a lot better now. These ones are still a little bit heavy, I do admit. But they do feel very nice. These ones are like just full of foam and have like an actual shoe in them. Not sure if you can see that, but they just have like an actual shoe in them. While these ones are just like really soft kind of padding, and they just feel like a big sock, basically. So in terms of comfortability, these ones are definitely better. Like these ones win. Again, mostly just because of these ones. These ones feel extremely nice, they look awesome, and big problem here as well is that they put foam on the bottom, which you can see is breaking. It's not in a good state at the moment, especially this one here. Okay, yeah, that one's a lot better. But yeah, it's all just foam, and after stepping on like rocks and all that kind of stuff, it does start to cut it up. So that's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all. That would need replacing or something soon, that's for sure. So the foam is not a good idea. Even if it's a lot more lighter, it definitely feels better. Like I would probably say these ones feel a little better than what these ones do to walk around in, which I guess is the most important part. But at the same time, yeah, these ones still win just because of these ones. Alright, so talk about these first, so the arm sleeves. Now these ones actually have the paws attached to them compared to these ones I have. So let's talk about them. Now these ones are done with like this kind of strap. I have like this attached to them. Not sure why. Well, okay, now it does make it easier to put on in a way when it comes to shirts and such. But let's see, I haven't worn these for a while, so okay, they are very tight. I grew fat. Oh gosh, they are tight. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I cannot wear these. Anywhere near as, oh gosh, they are tight. As I said, I grew fat. I haven't worn these in so long. I mean, I got these when I was like 18, so, and now I'm like 25, so a couple of years of fatness, of eating junk food. Okay, so that's those ones. Yep, okay, so, in terms of comfortability, not great anymore, not great, but that's not the maker's fault at all, that's my fault for eating food. I do remember these were comfortable enough, besides this back strap. This thing is not comfortable at all. Like, it would generally just hang at your back. Yeah, no, that's not comfortable at all. I do remember that. Yeah, they don't fit anymore. They still look nice. You know, they do what you can. I don't mind that they have like the actual paws attached to them. Because I have like this nice little spot here, so boo, so I can at least still, you know, not exactly take this whole thing off, but I can at least take the gloves off, but they'll still be there, so that's kind of cool. That's a nice little thing, which I think a few makers have done, but it's still nice to see what they did that. Yeah, so that's those ones, and then now I've got these ones which don't have the paws attached, but it doesn't have like a little belt thing. It's just one big strap. It's definitely a lot bigger. This feels very comfortable. That feels perfectly comfortable. I can barely feel the strap because these things are much more bigger and everything. And this also has my little paw mark. It's not the greatest, but it's there. And these ones, which hand? Yeah, this one doesn't have the little paw mark, which is, yeah, when I think about it, like, it doesn't really matter too much because I'll wear like a shirt with it, and like where it normally sits, like you wouldn't see it with a shirt on. So you might see that, you might not in some of my videos when I wear these, but I will say they're like extremely comfortable. They do have that. These ones win, right? I'll give them to that. In a way, because yeah, these have paws on them, and I appreciate that. I like that little design. But in terms of comfortability, yeah, these are better. In terms of like what they are, I don't know. I don't know actually. That's a toughie. That's a toughie. Let's talk about the tail. You got the two different tails. Where's that phone there? Two very different kinds of tails here. That's for sure. They both feel nice. They both feel nice. They're both, but this one does have its issues. Like the belt is not good at the moment. Like, well, not the belt. The belt's a belt. But where it goes through is not holding up very well. And basically the idea of this one is that it sits up against your back kind of thing, and I understand what they were doing with it, but it just doesn't work. It's more like that on an angle, and so you can generally see it, and it's generally it's comfortable. I really like how this one feels when you actually are wearing it, and like this like swings really nicely because like of the way it sort of like sits. It'll like be like that kind of thing. I'm not good at explaining, as I said. I do wish they had a little bit more white to it though, but it's still pretty good. I like how beefy it is. I like that it's a bit of a tail there, you know, because foxes have bushy tails, so I do like it. I do still like it. And then yeah, we got this one here, which is designed very differently in terms of like, yeah, it's just this little thing here it attaches to, and I haven't really worn it outside of my fursuit, but what I have worn, it's pretty good. Got a lot more white to it, and you know, nice little curved look. I like it. I really like it, and I'll go through how they are on the suit, because that's what's most important, and then yeah, what the big difference is. as when it's on the actual fursuit. So I'll explain that soon. Right now I'll talk about the paws. Alright, so we've got the paws here. Now, the big difference with these is these have the 4 fingers. Well, this one only has 3. Now, that's my fault, turns out, because it wasn't on my ref sheet. And, like, I did want the 4 fingers, but it wasn't on my ref sheet, so that's my fault. But at the same time, they're still pretty comfortable. It's a lot more comfortable than I thought. It does limit what I can do, in terms of, like, you know, stuff I want to do on YouTube, and like the ideas I have to work around these big paws compared to these ones. But in terms of, like, comfortability, they're actually pretty comfortable. In terms of look, they look cool. I like they got like little foam or something. They got something in the little fingers, which I can take out and all that, and it adds like some puffiness to it. And I feel like the fur is really good. It's like good quality, so I don't feel like it'll go bad compared to these ones. These ones have gone extremely bad. I don't know. I really did try to look after these, but they went bad. They went bad. I think because it's just too short, while this one's just like long, and so they just cut it short, and it just ends up going bad. I did put these on before, though. I will say, these feel extremely comfortable. They feel like a glove. Yeah. Okay, in terms of comfortability, these ones win. These ones feel incredible. They don't look good anymore. They really don't. I don't ever want to wear these out in public. No, they look bad. I could probably repair it. Oh no. Oh, that's ripping. But yeah, they have not held up very well, the white parts. But in terms of comfortability, they're so good. They fit so well on my fingers. It feels really nice. So that's point to these ones. Honestly, like, I feel bad because they're still good, but these feel incredible. I got full finger movements and everything, and they're not squeezing my fingers at all. Don't have like 2 fingers into one of them, and just, yeah, no, they. In terms of comfortability, these ones. In terms of look, those ones. I do like the big paws. Next up is the actual bodysuit, which is a pretty important part. So actually, I'll do the old one. So this is my old bodysuit. Yeah. Haha. Now, in terms of like this is what, about 6 years old, I think, now. In terms of holding up, it's held up really well. Like the white here hasn't gone bad at all. Yeah, in terms of holding up, it's held up really well. Problem is, it was like the legs are really baggy. That was always my problem, is that it's really baggy. But in terms of comfortability, it was still pretty comfortable. Like, it's a very comfortable fursuit, that's for sure. I'm not gonna say anything bad there. With this one, it's a back zip, which admittedly is a huge pain for me because I tend to fursuit by myself. So I have to do it all by myself, and trying to reach back to do it is a bit of a pain, but that's me, you know. The back suit is fine. It's the back zip. It's pretty well hidden, you know. It's hidden well enough. The fur's gone a little bad, just because I haven't been taking care of it because I don't wear this anymore. But the big thing as well is the tail hole. Yes, I said that. I said that word because that's what it is. this is where it's different, because they did kind of make it really big, but this would like, yeah, sit in there. The problem is it has to be like adjusted around my waist just perfect. It needs to be absolutely perfect for it to not show a little bit of this, because this will show up. It will kind of like just sit a bit more further down, and then like the top part of it will show. So it has to sit absolutely perfect, and that is a pain, and I don't like, and I always worry about it, even if it's not, even if it's perfect, even if I know it's perfect, I still worry about it, because this is just big ass hole there. If the tail's not sitting in it perfectly, then yeah, it's a pain. But yeah, in terms of comfortability, it's still pretty comfortable, even though I've gotten fatter. But it is very baggy, and that is a huge problem. And one of the other reasons, like, it's one of the reasons why I wanted the new suit, is so I don't have just like a baggy thing. I basically wanted new paws, new body, because new paws because they were going bad, and then the foot paws were on the bottoms of them were going bad. Wanted new head because of the wig, and other little bits like around the eyes and all that are kind of like not glued in like very well. I don't know if you guys can tell, but they're not glued in very well. So there's a couple reasons why I wanted a new fursuit, and well, yeah, this one is done extremely well. I will say this is very, like, I can't say anything too bad about this, because this was not done by professionals, really. They've done like 3 or 4 suits before mine, so they're not professionals, or they weren't at least. So I can't say anything too bad, because for how many they had done, and for what those ones look like, they did a pretty damn good job with Blazie here. He did hold up for 6 years, so I can't say anything bad towards them. Well, this was done by a professional maker who's been doing it for years and years, so it's definitely it's a very different kind of comparison than trying to compare like a not so professional with a professional. But yeah, anyway, so this is my new bodysuit, which is very, very fluffy. I do love it. He's very fluffy, and he's got a front zip instead, which is so good for me. I absolutely love it. I do worry that like it will show, but it really doesn't, so I'll just zip it up and show you for always getting caught. It's a problem with these things. Problem with long fur as well. So yeah, I find that it's really, really well hidden. It's, you know, very well hidden. It's good. It's great. It's a lot less baggy. It's very fitted to me, so I probably shouldn't put on any more weight. I'm sorry. It's very well fitted. It fits amazingly. It's not too tight, not too loose. So it's just right. It's just perfect. And then the big thing is the tail hole. Again, this one is very well hidden. There's just like a little piece that kind of extrudes outward a little bit, but it's a very well hidden. So then you got this, and then you put. I'll admit this one is a little bit annoying to try and get like the belt inside of it, but get the belt in. And then just push the front end of the tail in there, and it's completely hidden. Like, I do not worry about this at all, because it will just sit there really, really nicely inside the little hole. And yeah, it's just really well hidden. So I have to definitely commend this one. It's definitely a amazingly well done bodysuit. Yeah, that's all I'd say about it. It's just, yeah, the tail is like the big concern for me, but they really fixed that, and yeah, it feels comfortable and all that kind of stuff. So So yeah, that's my comparison review kind of thing. So this one wins overall, but there's still some good parts about this one. Like the paws feel very nice, the mouth moves really a lot better. They did an excellent job. For the price, considering that was like a lot cheaper than what this one was. So of course this one will be better in ways. Well, you would hope so, which it is. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I apologize for me, just if I'm like doing weird things or look weird or whatever, because I don't do this. I don't do out of suit videos. I don't like doing out of suit videos. I tried. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I love you. If you do, hit that bell icon, and this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.